Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses review as well as a Ray-Ban Meta smart sunglasses review. How I decided on this style, because I'm going to show you both the Skyler and the Wayfarer, review them side by side so you can see the difference, talk about all the different lenses, why I ended up with a transitional lens, what I've been using them for, whether I think they're worth it or not, whether I regret buying them, the pros and the cons, the sound quality, the video quality, and everything else I think you should know about the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses before buying them. So I've been reviewing and using the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses for over a month now. So let's start with the features, the benefits, and what they actually do. So what I like about these glasses is, to me, what I imagine an Apple smartwatch being like. And I don't own one because I don't like wearing watches. It's something I wear very, very rarely. So I like the idea of that I can do functions that I would do with an Apple Watch, like "Hey Meta," and then give the command. Sorry, I just turned her on. So you can send and receive text messages. You can choose to either just have alerts that you have a text message, or you can have your glasses read your text message to you. If you're worried about privacy or anything like that, I would just use the volume at the side, which slides one way and the other to turn the volume up and turn the volume down. And I played around with it because I wanted to make sure when I'm playing music on them or when I'm receiving a call or sending text, the other person can't hear them, because that was one thing I was worried about the speakers, is how much you can hear them. So when they're at full volume, even probably 3/4 of the volume, everyone else can hear the music around you and your text messages. So you do have to have the volume pretty low to keep everything personal. And I just like the idea of now being able to read my text messages and make calls, ask questions without having to get my phone in and out of my bag. So I do feel like I have my phone out a lot of the time, and I feel quite antisocial. Even though at dinner I'll sort of have it on the chair next to me. It's like, it's good to be able to put it away. But if you prefer manual operations, there is the touch on the side and the top. So your camera is going to be automated from the top. You'll press a button and you see it lights up and it makes like a whir and click and it takes a picture. If you press and hold, it will go on and that will do a video. And in the settings, you can choose whether it's a 15, 30 or 60-second video. And the light will go off when it's done recording. I heard it click on, and I'm going to press it again manually so it turns off. So there's manual ways, but you can also say, "Hey Meta, start filming." "Hey Meta, stop filming." "Hey Meta, take a photo." And I've been really impressed with the quality of both the video and photos it takes. So the Ray-Ban Meta camera is described as the new ultra-wide 12MP camera and 5 mic system. So to have something to compare the quality to, the iPhone 15 Pro front camera has 48MP as their main camera. But honestly, I haven't noticed much difference. And this is the width of what it captures. It only captures in vertical, which you can't change. You also can't zoom, and this is what the quality of it looks like. It does take a little practice to use though, as the camera is offset right and not centered. It's also slightly higher than your eye, and there's no monitor or screen to know what you're shooting. Now, when it comes to sharing your photos and videos to social media, you can do that in two ways. If you want to text or upload the last photo or video you took to whatever social media platform you have connected to the glasses, you can say something like, "Hey Meta, share last photo to Instagram stories," or wherever you want to share it. Or if you want to take a new photo, you can also say, "Hey Meta, share photo or video to Instagram stories," or wherever you're sharing it. And the glasses will then take a new photo or video of whatever you're looking at and post that one. Either way, before it does, it will confirm you want to take that action before doing it. So there's no worries about accidentally uploading them somewhere, as it takes both a voice command and verbal confirmation. So the biggest thing with the photos and videos I found with the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses is the alignment, because the camera isn't in the center. It's on one side and it's higher than your eye line. So when you're shooting, it definitely takes some practice, because otherwise I feel like you're shooting too high. So you literally have to dip your head a little bit. That's what I find works most to get an eye level photo. And then it kind of auto adjusts by itself. The picture is a really, really clever thing they have in the app, but you can also just use your crop and skew tool to make it straight. So I'm not too worried about getting it straight, but just getting it high or low enough, that's going to take some playing around with and getting used to, especially if you're doing things with your hands, like if you're doing a cooking video or an unboxing. Just be mindful of that and do a couple of test videos. So before I started doing the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses review, I did ask on Instagram on my stories what people wanted to know about them. And one of the biggest things that came up was privacy? What if they accidentally took a picture or video? Are they going to accidentally upload to Instagram stories? How do you protect other people's privacy? Where are your photos and videos stored? So the first thing is other people's privacy. So when you're recording, and I think this is such a cool feature that's built into the glasses, a bright flashing white light will go on whether you're recording video, whether you're taking photos, to let other people know you are recording. If you try to either purposefully cover that light or accidentally cover it when you're switching on and off the video, if you're not using the voice command, it automatically shuts off the camera so you can't take video or a photograph if you have that light covered. And I think that's a really, really nice feature. There's also a light on the inside. So if you're worried about accidentally taking a picture or a video, there is a light that goes on the inside to let you know that you're recording. And honestly, it's literally impossible to accidentally take a photo or video and not know, because either you have to press and hold that button and you'll hear the video start, or the camera noise go make it almost like an old-fashioned like photo shutter button. Or you have to say, hey Meta, pause, start video, hey Meta, start a photo. You actually have to ask it to do that. So very, very hard to accidentally take a photo and video. The videos and photos on here get stored onto your Meta app, and then you have to download them to your camera roll, and then you upload them to your stories, or you can upload from the Meta app. You can't upload from your glasses unless you ask it to specifically. So you can't accidentally text someone a photo. You actually have to say, hey Meta, text whoever the person is a photo. So don't worry about where your photos are going to go. And I'm sorry, this is quite a long answer because I really want to address it, because there were so many different questions that were asked about this. So the other thing is to live stream. You're not going to accidentally start a live stream. To live stream, you have to open the app you want to use, whether that's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Start the live stream from there. And when you start the live stream, you'll then see the icon pop up that isn't normally there, or with like a literally icon of your smart glasses. That way you can flick in between your point of view, POV, and then the screen as you normally would with your face. So it's a really, really cool feature, but not one you have to worry about accidentally starting. And then if you're worried about whether photos and videos are being stored for your own privacy, they're stored directly in the glasses, which is why there's only a certain amount of videos and photos you can store. And then they're only downloaded to the MetaView app when you're connected to your glasses. From there, you can either choose to delete them from your glasses or download them to your camera roll. And then you can either decide whether you want to keep or delete them from both your MetaView app and your glasses, just to free up storage. And I tend to just put them into the app, download them to my camera roll, and then delete them directly from the app and the glasses, just so I always make sure I have enough storage on my glasses. So now I've covered all of the features and benefits of the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. I'm going to show you the Ray-Ban Skylar glasses that I started with, because these are the Wayfarers. Kind of talk about why I chose the black frame on the Skylars, why I chose that lens, and then we will get into the actual transitional lenses, the pros and cons, and why I ended up with a transitional lens. The reason I got the black is I loved the white frames. I definitely preferred that color and the pink lenses, but the pink lenses didn't give enough sun protection. So the shape of the Skylar glasses compared to the Wayfarer is that they have a wider lens and more of a curved shape, and they're supposed to be more flattering or more face shaped. So what I notice on these for me is they are way too big. Can you see how low they come down underneath? Which is going to be great for sun coverage outside. I don't mind the profile so much, but looking straight on, they're just so overwhelming. And can you see they're already starting to darken and go grey, even though I'm inside, because the light rings around me are being enough to trigger the lenses, so they're definitely very sensitive. So they call this one a lightweight frame, but let's see if they leave a mark on my nose. They are starting to leave a mark, and I definitely feel them. I would not call these lightweight glasses. They're quite weighty, so I don't know where the lightweight description comes from. These are not going to be your featherweight glasses, but it makes sense because there's so much tech in these. You have your speakers, you have the camera. I don't know how they could be possibly lightweight with how much is going on in there. I went for the transitional lenses because I wanted to have more sun protection, especially as they're sunglasses. I figured the pink aren't really going to do enough, especially in Vegas where it's so bright. But when you go to the Ray-Ban website, there is a button that says try lenses. If you click on that, it then opens up and you can see a picture, and you press to see what it looks like with and without the lens, to see the difference it makes. And then it also has kind of cloud and sun icons, so you can kind of see how much sun protection they give. So the transitional lenses are supposed to intelligently filter from day to night, give you optimal vision, whether you're in the sun, whether you're inside, and then day and evening. So I'm going to put this to the test for you. We're going to go outside in the sunlight, see how quickly they change, how quickly they go back to clear, and if they work in a car with a tint, because sometimes there's not enough ultraviolet rays coming through if you have a really high tint on your car window to trigger these to darken, and that obviously wouldn't be very good. So we'll put this to the test in the car as well. So I do like how quick the transitional lenses change from clear to dark. At first I thought they weren't going to get dark enough. You could still see my eyes, and they don't get as dark obviously as the dark gray lenses on just the non-transitional lenses. However, they still get dark enough. You can see out here, I'm in the bright sunlight. I think it's like 120 degrees today. We're having an absolute heat wave here. I'm not squinting in them. They actually feel like they're giving more protection than it looks like to you. And when you see my photographs wearing them, they do actually look really dark and you actually can't see my eyes. So for me, the transitional lenses mean I can shoot content both inside and outside, and I love that versatility about them. However, you will get an overheat warning if you try to sunbathe in them, so they're definitely not sunbathing glasses. They are more for creating content. Let's go back inside and see how quickly they lighten back up again. And they're still dark. If I turn off the ring light, maybe being darker will make them go lighter quicker. Okay, so they change quite quickly going from inside to outside. Going outside from inside, they're very, very slow to change back. And if I pop that light back on, you can kind of see still, I'm just trying to give you different lighting aspects where you can see exactly how dark they are still. Okay, so I'm out in my car, I'm just parked in my driveway, and as you can see, they have got a little tint, but very, very little. I would still class that as pretty clear. So definitely not sunglasses that you could drive in. I don't know how much the tint on the window is activating them. I'm trying to get in the sunlight, be really, really fair with this review. And can you see, they're just not changing at all. They are clear, clear glasses. So if you have any tint on your car windows, they're not going to work. You're going to be stuck with clear glasses that don't change. So that's definitely for me a big con of these. Okay, to really test it, let's put down the windows and see now if we can get them to go. Can you see now they've gone completely dark? Well, not completely dark, but as dark as these lenses go. So yes, it's the tint on the car windows that will stop them getting triggered and going dark for you. So how easy are the Ray-Ban Meta glasses to set up and use? I took my time setting them up because I did kind of read all the FAQs, read the whole kind of manual because I really wanted to make sure I was sharing everything with you correctly and that I wasn't missing anything. So obviously the first thing you're going to do is charge them like you would any new device to make sure you're 100% before you set up the app, before you use the Bluetooth or turn them on. So definitely give them a good charge. You'll know when they're charged because the light will go green when you open the case. Now they only have up to 4 hours of battery life. So if you're planning on wearing maybe them as prescription glasses all day, that might not be the best bet. It's more for something you might take on and off to do things throughout the day, whether it's capturing content, maybe you're going out sightseeing and want to ask questions about what you're looking at, but it's not something you're really going to wear for 12, 16 hours a day. And then you can keep the battery kind of topped up throughout the day. The second thing you're going to want to do is download the Meta View app. Now that's how you connect your glasses or with your phone. If you don't have the app, you're going to miss all of the functionality. The third thing you're going to want to do is connect your glasses to your phone. It's really easy to do. All you do is press the little button on the back there for about 5 seconds or as long as it takes to see the front go blue. It'll flash blue. That means it's in pairing mode. You'll go to the Meta View app and that will sync with your phone in there and it'll walk you through. It's a really easy setup. It's a step-by-step guide. It will get you through everything. It'll connect to your social media accounts if you want to, your phone number so you can have all your contacts in there. So then you can say, hey Meta, call whoever or text whoever. WhatsApp, Messenger, because it doesn't have FaceTime right now. When it says live video calls, it's either going to be through Messenger or through WhatsApp. So that's another downside to them. Step number 5 I recommend doing is definitely the full interactive tour in the Meta View app. If you go to the homepage and scroll all the way to the bottom, it will give you a walkthrough. It will show you how to take pictures, how to take videos, how to play music, how to pause music, how to use the slider at the side to change the volume. So it's just a really, really good place to start. I'm going to take these off because there's a really bad glare on them. So when it comes to the music you can play on there and the music quality, You can't play Pandora on these. When you're setting up in the app, it gives you 3 options. It's Amazon Music, Apple Music, and Spotify. And one of the things that's nice about these glasses is it does have a high maximum volume. So maybe if you're in the car and it's loud and you want to be able to hear a call hands-free, if you're at a concert or in a loud place, you can play things louder with that volume. I really think it's really good quality, the music. If you wanted to take less maybe to the beach with you than your headphones and your sunglasses, you could use these as headphones. Just make sure you're not annoying the people around you. But the sound quality is really, really good on them. I've tried phone calls as well. They were crisp, they were clear, there was no feedback or buzzing noise on them. My husband and I could both hear each other really, really well. So when they say everything is for your ears only, thanks to improved directional audio, take that with a grain of salt. Yes, they are up to a certain point, but once you get above about 50% of the volume, other people can hear them. So just be aware of that. Try not to be the annoying person on them, blasting your music or having a call really loudly with someone. But they are pretty good at keeping it quite private, as good as they're going to be for basically an open air speaker. Okay, so you can see both of the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses side by side. These are the Skyler transitional lenses, and these are the original Wayfarer dark grey lenses. Now, at first, I really thought I was going to prefer the Skyler because it's a lot more of a curved shape versus these kind of being boxier at the bottom. Still curved, but a slightly square bottom versus completely rounded. But these just felt so much bigger and so much more oversized on my face. Oh, my hair's all caught. So that's why I'm kind of like leaning towards the Wayfarer shape. I think the hardest thing to decide, okay, there's only 2 frame choices, and that's pretty easy. For me, it was the Wayfarers. The hardest thing to decide is which of the lenses you want to get, because there's pros and cons to all of them. So when you're considering what lens to get, really think about how and where you'll use them. So the sunglasses are great if you're only going to be shooting content outside. You could shoot content inside, but I just feel like they really are too dark to be using inside all the time. There's no blue light blockers in them, so you're not going to use them for computer work. So they're definitely an outdoor pair of glasses. In saying that, if you lay out in them, they will overheat, and you'll get an overheating warning in your ear. They'll say sunglasses overheating or whatever the wording is, but you'll have to go down and cool down. So they're not sunbathing glasses either, but you don't have to worry about them changing to a dark tint like the transitional in your car. But you shouldn't be shooting content in your car anyway, really. So the sunglasses definitely outdoor use only, really. So they're more just for shooting kind of POV video, maybe for driving, so you're not waiting for the transitional lens, for answering and receiving calls if you don't have Bluetooth in your car, but I think most people do. So for that, I think these are just really good for shooting content quickly outdoors, or some quick unboxing indoors. They're just not a pair of glasses because the glasses tint is quite dark that you're going to be on your computer working in. Then the transitional lenses don't go as stark, but I still found them great for outdoors, and you can use them indoors. The downside of the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses transitional lenses is that there's no blue light protection. They also have a polarized option. I chose the non-polarized. I just don't like polarized glasses because I like to be able to use mine with my blue screens. Then you have the clear blue light blocking glasses. They're going to be best if you're working on a computer at home, want to do video calls, want to answer and receive calls. If you have prescription lenses and need them for that, I think they'd be brilliant. Prescription lenses you can leave on all day, on and off for content, taking, receiving calls hands-free, brilliant. But you're not going to be shooting content outdoors. You can do unboxings indoors, you could use them for live streaming, but you're not going to be outside like you would in the transitional or the sunglasses. So really think about how you want to use these sunglasses and where, which is why when I first got them, I really wasn't thinking through how I was going to use them. I was like, oh, this is such a good idea. So now I've kind of really thought it through more. I've decided on the Wayfarer transitional lenses. Now I saw someone else do a review and they put them under the UV light and they went really, really dark. So I ended up with the transitional lenses because I thought I would get the most wear out of them. Now, there's still downsides on these. So the Wayfarer transitional lenses aren't the most flattering on me when they're clear. They look very oversized, but do you see how much more flattering they are when they're sunglasses? They're still very oversized, but I kind of like the extra sun protection anyway. They also don't go fully clear. Can you see? They're still got a bit of a tint to them. They're still slightly dark. but they're still light enough for me able to see inside if I want to do video calls, I want to do an unboxing, if I just want to leave them on for whatever it is throughout the day for capturing random content. So I'm going to take this on vacation with me for a couple of weeks. I'm going to show you the content I shoot with them, see whether or not I feel I get use out of them or whether they were a waste of money, if I regret keeping the transitional lenses or not, and all the pros and cons. So I just took these Ray-Ban Meta glasses to the Caribbean with me for 8 days to see how much I'd use them, how dark they got going outside in the sun, how good the sound was for my music and video calls, and if I'd actually use them. So first off, they did actually get much darker than I thought they would. When I was outside in the ocean, they went pretty dark, as you can see from the pictures. The other thing I was super impressed with, my parents were really impressed with, I called them in England from St. Bart's on the beach, and they could hear me perfectly. They said the sound was really, really good on them, and I could hear them perfectly as well. My husband, who was next to me on the lounger, couldn't hear the call at all. So he could hear me talking, but he couldn't hear my parents. So the privacy on them is pretty good. Music-wise, I find the music quality quite good. No, it's not going to be like your Bose speakers playing, but they're really good. For sunglasses, super, super impressed. So don't copy me. They are not waterproof. They are water resistant. So Ray-Ban says, do not take these in the water. They are not for use in water. So ignore me, but I don't care. Life's to be lived. I wanted to create content. It was a great way to shoot it. So I did it anyway, and they didn't get wet, and they're still here to tell the tale. So content-wise, where did I find I was using it? I found it was mainly for POV stuff when I wanted to use both hands and give you just a very different aspect ratio. So yes, one of them was me swimming, so you could see what I was looking at. The other thing was eating food there. Like most people like sharing their food. I don't know what it is, but we like sharing food and raving about good restaurants. So yeah, I could show you cutting into the food, reading the menu, things using both hands. So I think that's one of the ways I'll be using it. The other way is lots more POV content for you. That's a big content gap I tend to have, especially on YouTube, on my Instagram stories. I feel like that's a really easy way for me to connect with you really quickly during the day, just more kind of relaxed, natural, behind the scenes stuff. Showing my cats with you, because I'm always with them, and they're super, super cute. I think that's the reason most of you are even here. The other thing is it's just really helpful for things like unboxings for me, because normally you're trying to figure out how to do it. I know they've got these TikTok kind of things they'll show you, like these necklaces and things that hold it. But I just thought this is a really easy way to do it, especially if you've already got them on during the day to make your calls. And then, yes, video calls. I thought it was really cool being able to switch between the camera and your phone camera. So there is a slight lag when you switch from the Ray-Ban Meta Glasses camera to your iPhone or phone, whatever you're video conferencing or video calling on, maybe 3 to 5 seconds. So it might go blank on whoever's you're talking to screen for a couple of seconds, but I don't think that's a big deal. And they also said the video quality was really, really good. So these are definite keepers. Now I've had them for a while. I feel like I know how I'm going to get more use out of them, and I will get more use out of them, and it will force me to do content in a different way that I wasn't doing before. And I also found them quite comfortable. I had them on for a long time during the day. They left little marks in the makeup, no big deal. But they're pretty comfortable. They're actually not too heavy. They're no more heavy than my Chanel oversized glasses, but they're actually pretty lightweight for how much tech is in there with the camera and the microphone and all the rest of it.
One thing that's really cool about the Ray-Ban Meta glasses is that they keep doing updates. So definitely keep an eye on your Ray-Ban Meta AI app, because in there you'll find all the updates if you don't have automatic updates turned on. And one of the things they just updated was the ability to do 3-minute videos on them. It was only 1 minute before. Obviously that's going to take up more storage on these, but I just think that's a really nice feature to have. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on all the other features that keep coming out on these. But it's nice you don't have to keep buying new versions of the glasses, that the updates are able to go wirelessly. I think that's really, really cool.
So super, super impressed with them after actually playing around with them and not being sure if I'd keep them or not. So I'm going to link these Ray-Ban Meta sunglasses below. They are the Wayfarer in the matte black with the transitional lenses. I'll also link the Skyler that I showed you as well in case you wanted a different type of sunglasses frame and shape. They come in loads of different lens types and colors and Polaroid, and you can do prescription, non-prescription, so lots of different options as well. If you've tried them as well, drop your comments below on what you thought about them and if they were keepers or hit the return pile for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a quick thumbs up and subscribe.